When the cities start to feel too tight, too loud, head for the desert. The real desert. The kind of place where you can hear yourself think, if you want to. 9 hours west of Alexandria, 50 miles from the Libyan border, sits Siwa. On the way out, you'll swear you've stumbled into a Hunter S. Thompson fever dream. Your driver, wrapped in desert garb, has bear music rattling the van's frame, a cigarette balanced between his fingers, and one foot buried in the accelerator. You're flying down unopened roads through a flat, cracked Martian landscape, the horizon wobbling in the heat. Wild camels wander in the distance, unbothered. Then, like someone flipped a switch, the desert opens into green. 200,000 palm trees, 70,000 olive trees, fruit trees, ponds scattered like glass dropped on the sand. This is Siwa, an oasis town in its truest sense. And no, it's not the cartoon puddle with a lone palm tree. It's a living forest, fed by a hidden underground water table, a secret welling up in the middle of the Egyptian desert. And that's just the beginning of its magic. On the edge of town, the desert changes again, this time into salt flats. Here, mineral-rich water pushes up from the underground table, pooling into deep turquoise blue basins. The heat, the salts, and the desert air combine to make something fairly rare. Water so buoyant, you float without trying. You lie back, the coolness wrapping around you, breeze on your skin, clouds drifting overhead. Close your eyes. You could be anywhere. A cloud, the sky, another planet. It's one of the most surreal places I've ever been. Nothing beats floating in that water. Minerals seeping into your skin, heat melting off your shoulders. Siwa mines over 5 million metric tons of salt a year. Some of it winds up on your icy winter roads half a world away. Funny to think, the salt keeping you from sliding into a ditch in January might have come from here, a place where snow won't be falling anytime soon. These pools are reason enough for the trip. One of many reasons Egyptians themselves escape here for vacations. Siwa moves at its own pace and vibe, low-key, relaxed, unhurried. After the cities, it feels like a long, welcome exhale. Maybe that's why it became home to one of the most mysterious sites in Egypt, the Temple of Amun. Better known as the Oracle Temple, built around 600 BC, it stood as a sacred place in the middle of nowhere, where people traveled from across the ancient world to hear the words of the god of creation, the king of the gods himself. The oracle priest was the middleman, taking questions from mortals, delivering answers from Amun. Even Alexander the Great came here after conquering Egypt, crossing the desert and getting lost along the way, to ask us a question that could change everything. Was he the son of Amun? The oracle's answer was cryptic, always is, but still came back as yes, divine right granted. And really, who's going to tell Alexander no after he's just taken the country? Not me. Today, little remains of the temple, but standing here, surrounded by the desert, it's easy to see how this place could bend the course of history. You sit among the ruins, take in the horizon, and let your mind wander. Back to a time when the fate of empires was decided in whispers carried on the desert wind. When you're ready to disappear into the desert, climb into a 4x4 and hold on. The dunes rise and drop like waves, the driver pushing just hard enough to make you wonder if the next turn will flip you. Between runs, you stop. Enjoy the scenery. Tea boiling over open coals in a dented kettle. Sandboard in hand. A hidden oasis inside the oasis. You pick up ancient fossils, proof this was once an ocean. By evening, you're sitting cross-legged on a rug, eating dates, figs, bananas. Fruit so sweet it almost glows. watching the sun sink into the horizon. The air cools, the sky darkens, and the stars appear one by one, then all at once, streaking across the sky in a show only the desert can give you. In the silence, they seem impossibly close. Give yourself more than a day in Siwa. The more, the better. One evening, head out to Fatness Island, though it's not really an island. Sit down with a glass of mango juice or mint tea and watch the sun melt into the water. The colors shift and ripple across the sky like they're alive. Out here, with nothing but desert, water, and horizon, it's easy to forget the noise of the world and remember you're alive, standing on a small rock, hurtling through space, lucky enough to see this.